Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Saray and thank you so much for joining me today for this very special video of the review of the MakseLife goal setting system for 2023. As part of the review crew for MakseLife, I have the opportunity to take an early look at all of the different items that are being launched, and this year they have knocked it out of the park. Items include planners, goal setting systems, lifestyle items, and apparel. I'm rocking my emotional support hoodie and I'm super cozy and warm MakseLife mug, which I love. It has the compass assessment on one side and it says power appointment fuel, and you have here on this side do not disturb for 15 minutes. Plenty of time for you to enjoy that cup of coffee. There are also t-shirts like this one that says just begin, and I could not pass it up. I love the simplicity of it. Not only are there tops but also bottoms. You can find some just begin joggers on this side as well. I've been using Makse planners since they launched, but earlier this year is when I truly committed to the system. You do have to be ready before the system can be ready for you. I was finally ready, and even through all the ups and downs of this year, I can honestly say that MakseLife has really changed my life, and I have been able to accomplish so much more directly because of the system. I'm eternally grateful for Sierra Friend and the entire MakseLife team that work tirelessly to put out products that not only we love because of the way that they look, but they are effective. They definitely work. If you're willing to put in the work, they're gonna work for you. Now, the items that I'm going to be reviewing are physical products, but in addition to that, there's going to be a series of digital products available. So if you're someone who really likes the digital planning aspect of it or digital goal setting, everything that I'm showing you today is also going to be available in digital format. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely stick around and watch as well. And when I tell you they did not miss a beat in all of the different products, the digital community is going to be super excited about all of these. Just let me share with you a couple of important dates. This collection is going to be available on October 20th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. On Tuesday, October 18th, when you're watching this video, Sierra Friend is going to be walking through every item that is coming on October 20th. So if you want to get even more details, there's going to be a live on YouTube as well as on Facebook to walk through all of the different items that are being launched. On launch day, when you are ready to purchase, be sure to come back to this video, and I have MakseLife linked here on the description section down below. Be sure to remember to use an affiliate's link to make your purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it definitely means the world to us that you support us in that way. All right, so that's enough chatting. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the different items that are coming on October 20th. I have quite the list of items to review with you. I will go ahead and leave the timestamps below and in the order that I'm reviewing these items. If you're interested in a particular item, feel free to expand that description box. This one is going to be the planner that I'm going to be using going into 2023, specifically for all of my goal setting and journaling. It is currently what I do use. So this is one of the options that is coming on launch day. And one of the biggest changes for this year is the color of the wire O binding, which I'm really excited about. As soon as I saw this change, I was super thrilled because it's just a little bit more gold. Previous planners last year, they were a little bit more on the copper side, if I had to describe it. In addition to this cover option, there is another 3 options that you can choose from, and that includes a 12-month dated flagship planner called Blackberry Fields, which is designed by Cindy Winter Baldo, an artist collaboration, and it is a beautiful design. And I really had a hard time picking out a cover. Eventually I went with this one because I really love this quote. So it's called Watercolor, and this quote, it just spoke to me so much. There is a past version of yourself that is so proud of how far you have come. It just spoke to my soul. So that's the main reason why I picked this planner. And of course the artwork is very beautiful as well. All of the other 3 books have this gold coil, but the Storm Leatherette, more gender neutral one, it has a silver coil. I wanted to show you the box that this planner comes in, and every box is slightly different depending on the interior design of the planner. So if you notice, this one has some really dainty stripes, so to speak, with little dashes. And if we look at the interior of this planner, it has the exact same design. So you'll notice that depending on what book you pick, the interior is slightly different. So your box is going to match whatever the interior is for that planner. The font has slightly changed, as well as the colors have been slightly updated. They're the same color families for each of the goals. If you are familiar with MakseLife, the colors are a little bit more muted, which really lend themselves to be a little bit more, again, on that gender neutral, so it can just be for anyone to use it. High level on the different tabs. This one is a dated planner, so you're gonna have your tabs that are labeled for each month of the year, starting with the first one, which is goal setting. So this whole section is going to be instructions on how you make the most of your planner and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success when it comes to goals. The general instructions are pretty much the same, but the layouts are a little bit different. However, if you're new to MakseLife, then it doesn't matter the difference. Just something to point out for those of you that may have been familiar with MakseLife before. This is one of the sections that you would work on when you're first starting your goal setting section. So this is the assessment scoring. So you go through a series of the 8 categories and rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 10 on different areas within each category. So for example, I take care of my physical, mental, and emotional health. You would rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, and then at the end you find like an average and you provide your score. And this work is important because this is what's going to lead you to set up your compass assessment and tells you where you're self-assessing yourself today. And then every single quarter and at the end of the year, you will perform the same sort of assessment to see whether you're improving in that area or if you need to reassess certain things within that specific goal. These are your intentions. So this is a space for you to write down what are your intentions for the year, what your word of the year will be, and then a section around setting goals and getting a lot more specific on what makes a great goal, what are some things that you want to consider when you're setting up goals. So some examples or information around your long-term vision, monthly goals, and then your weekly actions as well. And then this one is probably my favorite page. I said that during the last year's launch review. And this is great if you're stuck around what are some of the things that you might want to focus on each area of life. Now, it might be something that's not here at all, but if you're stuck and you're like, well, I'm not sure really what I should be focusing on, you can start with something like this. For example, in the personal category, it could be something around self-image, self-worth, self-love, self-care. Just some examples that can get you started. And one thing that I found throughout this whole past year that I've been actively using my MakseLife system is that you might start somewhere, but then as life happens and you start to hone in into the things that you thought you should have been focused on, turns out that maybe you need to reassess. And then this original pick leads you down a different path, but nonetheless, it was worthwhile work. This one is an area for you to mind map. Definitely highly recommend it. I also did a video on 5 things that you should consider when you're setting up your goals, and I'll link it here for you as well. This is one of the activities that I think is so important. It may seem like a silly exercise or it might not seem like it's worth that much time, but that's actually what's going to help you make sure that you're narrowing into your specific areas. Another big change for those of you that are familiar with Makse is that these are actually now dot grid, which I absolutely love, instead of line. This is great because if you're more of a visual person, maybe you want to draw it out, maybe you want to decorate it a little bit more, you want to mind map here as well. It just gives you a lot more freedom than the lines. Chef's kiss. This is where you're set up your annual goals, your vision board, and then some quick tips on goal setting. Then it jumps right into the first month, which is January. The interior parts of the monthly view are a little bit more muted, a little bit more neutral. It does have some hints of color, but it's very still on the neutral side. January is a little bit more on the navy blue with a beautiful quote up on the top. Every month you'll get that. February is a little bit of the red, tinted red. March has the green. April is gray. May is yellow. June is more of this sort of like teal blue. July, navy. August is a little bit of a purple. September is gray. October is orange. November is this bluish color. December is red. You still have your line column on the monthly view, and you have a little calendar here at the bottom that tells you the dates for the following month. Now, there is a little bit of color in here in the monthly view. Then we go into our goals for the month. So this would be where you'd set up the goals for January. These are still lined, which I'm fine with. Although if next year they surprise us with dot grid, I'm fine with that too. And then you do have your reflections pages for the weekly actions. So the first week of this planner will be December 26th through January 1st. So this is where you'll set up your weekly actions. And then over here is where you do your reflections at the end of the week with some tips also at the bottom. Specifically, this one says plan ahead. And now that's where all the color sort of ends. The only real color here is basically the little hearts. There's really no color in here, which I am so thrilled, and it really gives you so much flexibility, especially if you're someone who decorates or likes to color code your planner. All of these interior pages are pretty much neutral, with the exception of the goal setting portion. A couple more things I wanted to point out when it comes to reflections and documenting your progress for your goals. At the end of every month, you're gonna have a page that's titled Monthly Reflections. This one is something that I personally haven't fully kept up with, but I'm trying my best to really make sure that I'm consistent so that I can reflect every month, because I do notice that it makes a difference when you do take the time to reflect. At the end of the page, you do rate yourself on your overall satisfaction for the month. In addition to your monthly reflections for the month, at the end of March, for example, you're gonna have your Q1 quarterly compass. So this is where you're gonna rate the 8 areas of your life. What is the current rating? What is the previous rating? Overall, how did you do? It's a great way to really stay aware and really stay on top of all of your goals, which is something that we need to stay on top of, because if not, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So you have to really be deliberate around your process. And I really love that this system really helps you with that. At the end of June, you'll have your Q2 quarterly compass, essentially the exact same setup, and one at the end of September. At the end in December, you'll have another one as well. So you have 4 times a year where you get to reassess. Perhaps at this point you realize that some of your annual goals may have shifted, and that's okay. Maybe you have to take a look at your annual goals and see, okay, maybe this is not really what I want, or I need to change some other things before I can maybe accomplish my goal. So you kind of start peeling the onion back a little bit. At the end of your compass assessment, you have a notes page here, and then at the end you have a tab titled Extra. So you have a year at a glance for 2023, and you have 2024. So if you're someone who likes to future plan or keep track of certain things, I always love a year at a glance because you can see so much. The months here are color coordinated to the monthly view. So all those colors that I pointed out earlier are the exact same colors that are here. It's very nice touch and attention to detail. I love it. And then you have some notes pages here in the back, 4.5 pages, double-sided. A pocket in the back, and a sheet of goal setting, color coordinated stickers, which just speaks to me so much. Absolutely love them. And then you also have this pocket in the back, which is lined with some like silky material on the edges for durability, which I think is really nice. This is so soft, beautiful. So you can keep any extra items there. I always loved this strap in my Makse to keep everything together. And then the back of the planner has the beautiful MakseLife gold foil logo. Absolutely stunning. I love it. I cannot wait to dive into this planner for this upcoming year. You'll also have the choice to pick your layout. So the one that I showed you is the horizontal. I prefer the horizontal for the purpose that I'm using my planner for, which is journaling. But if you're someone who's using it for planning and you need to see your day from top to bottom, then perhaps the vertical will be the best choice for you. These flagship planners are 7x9 and they will go for $76 each. This is the quarterly daily undated planner. This one has made a comeback from last year. So it was first introduced last year and I absolutely loved it. This year is back with more style than ever. The color that you see here is called Luna. So it looks like a bluish green, deep teal color that is just absolutely gorgeous in person. It does have a silver coil. There is another few options, and I actually have those colors to show you. So this one is Luna, so it's that deep teal. This would be Cloud, this would be Sky, and this would be the gray leatherette. We'll talk about those in just a second. The daily planners are undated, and the interior has the same stripe design from the box that I showed you, a section for you to write your name and information, and then there is also a goal setting section. So many of the same components that we just walked through in the flagship are included in the daily. Just keep in mind that this is a quarterly planner. You would be changing planners every quarter if you're sticking to this system. So just keep in mind that, you know, all of the work that perhaps you're doing might be in one planner. You can always snip the pages and add them to your current planner that you're using. And I'm sure there are other ways that you can get creative around that, but just something to keep in mind. The tabs for the month are undated, again, because it is an undated planner. So this gives you a lot of flexibility to really start anytime during the year. The months are blank, a section for your monthly goals, weekly actions and reflections, a weekly overview, and then you have your daily overview. This layout didn't really change at all from last year. So it's exactly the same. It was a winner from the beginning, so I don't really think it needs any changes for this one. So you have all of your daily pages, and at the end of each week, you have a space for you to record your reflections, your weekly actions, and then it starts with another weekly overview page. You also have the monthly reflections at the end of every month. Now, because this is only a 3-month planner, the assessment is in the back, so there's a tab titled Assessment, and it includes one assessment for the entire book. Now this is great. This is some extra pages for you to future plan, especially because this is a 3-month planner. 3 months goes by pretty quickly, and you might need to account for things that are happening within the year and the next 4, 5, 6 months. So this is a space for you to jot down any of those future plans that are coming in the following quarter, and then you can transfer them over to your new book. Following the layout for those future plans, you have some note pages, which total 8.5 double-sided line pages. And in the back, you do have your month labels. So they are white, so they're probably a little bit tough to see, but once you layer them over the gray tabs, they'll pop. And this is the same as it was last year as well. So you can, again, customize it and start it any month. You have a pocket, a double-sided pocket, where you can keep all of your stickers, and then also another sticker sheet. And then in the back, you also have your pocket, the same as the flagship. A5 size is a very portable size for someone who's on the go and needs to have their plans with them. So this would be a perfect option. And each of these books will retail for $58. So now $58 each book can definitely add up. It's definitely the more costly option if you think about having to get 4 for the year. If you don't feel like you need a daily option, then another great alternative is the Goal Setting Companion Notebook set. So 4 notebooks, Goal Setting Companion Notebooks with beautiful covers. And these are the covers that I shared with you earlier. So each of the books are essentially falls under one of these colors. So Cloud, the gray leatherette, Luna, and Sky. And then it does have another a notebook, which is where all of your instructions come in. So I'm just going to give you a high level flip through so that you can see with more detail. So you have the stripe design on the inside. These pages are perforated, so if you wanted to rip them out, you could do that. If you rip it, I'm not sure if it will still remain an A5 size. So just keep that in mind. Your information and then all of the instructions are essentially the same, with your assessment scoring, your intentions, your word of the year, writing effective goals, your areas to consider when you're goal setting, space for you to have a like a mind map section. Your annual goals are kept here, and then your vision board as well. And then quick tips. So the quarterly notebooks have the interior design, the same interior design, and an area for you to write down your name, and then it jumps right into the month. These are undated as well, so again, you can jump in at any time during the year. An area for you to write your monthly goals, your weekly actions and reflections. And then it jumps into weekly actions and reflections just throughout, because it's just a companion notebook. It's not necessarily a planner. So this is great to add to an existing system that you may be already using. Your monthly reflections at the end of the month, and then a notes page here, and then it jumps right into the following month. Just like with the daily, because it is a quarterly, you have your quarterly assessment at the end, and it's one quarterly assessment per book. And you have some additional notes pages in the back, which add up to 5.5 double-sided line notes pages. The pocket is a corner pocket, and this one does not include stickers. So all of these notebooks are exactly the same, except the color, of course, and then the quote in the top. So this one says, just begin again and again. Trust the timing of your life. Your only limit is your mind, and then good things take time. This set of goal setting companion notebook will go for $58. Perhaps you're looking to add a little bit more to your goal setting so that you can reflect on your day and even stay closer to your goals, or perhaps you need something really streamlined. I'm really excited to share the Daily Intentions notebook, Reflections and Gratitude notebook, and then the year-end reflections. So you have 60 days worth of pages in each notebook. They're A5 size. So we'll start with the Daily Intentions notebook, and basically I just have to open up one page because all of the pages are the same, and it's a page for you to write down your daily intentions for the day. Like, how am I feeling? How do I want to feel? What do I need? What am I going to let go of? What I'm going to embrace? And then you have a mantra or an affirmation that you can include at the bottom as well. So this is really to set your day for success. So something that maybe you add to your morning routine or activities. Then at the end of the day, we have the daily reflections and gratitude. So this is where you take a moment to review how your day went and what are things that you're grateful for, things that brought you joy, what were some of the wins, and what is something that you can do the next day to make it even better. And it might be something that you don't necessarily maybe do every day, or it might be something that you do for a period of time to find some ground, and then maybe you don't do for a little while and then you kind of pick it back up again. So I really like that flexibility of these books. So I'm excited to jump into these and incorporate these as part of my morning routine. And these notebooks will retail for $16 each. In addition to the daily and nightly reflection notebooks, there's also this 2022 year-end reflection. So it is dated for this specific year, and it is a guided journal to help you reflect on the current year and help you set up a more intentional 2023. So it gives you an opportunity to review your year, another compass assessment here, some of the wins, some of the highlights. I love this. I love this so much because just time goes by so fast and it becomes a blur after a certain point. So this is amazing. And I'm even thinking I might jot things down as I go, because I tend to kind of forget that, hey, I actually did things this year. So you have wins, highlights, challenges, lessons, growth, gratitude, what's working, what isn't, what's the impact, adjustments needed, and more reflections for the current year and then the upcoming year. And then a letter to me. This is great. I love it. You also have some note pages in the back. The best part is that this is actually a free gift with all of the orders that are placed during launch before 10/24. Don't miss out. Next, I wanted to share this dot grid notebook. It's a dot grid notebook, so this is also an A5 size, and it's perfect for if you're looking to do some journaling, for example. I personally do my journaling in my MakseLife horizontal, but sometimes I do feel like I need more space on certain days. So this would be a great addition to my lineup for those days where I really need to let it out. These will also come in a choice of all of the other 3 colors, in addition to Cloud, which is the one that I have here, and it will be $12 per notebook. Super excited for this one as well. You know the Makse team wouldn't leave us hanging. To place all of our beautiful notebooks, companion books, and all of our goal setting systems, they have come out with a Folio, which is so awesome. It's such great quality. It's this vegan Saffiano leather planner folio, and it comes in 2 colors, in Luna, which is this sort of greenish blue color, and Storm, which is the gray color. And these are designed to fit all of your notebooks and companion books perfectly. So you can just slide it in. There is a total of 4 straps, so 2 for each of the holes, so you can fit up to 4 A5 notebooks in here. I'm going to take this one out so that you can see some of the additional features. So you have a card, 4 card slots here, another little pocket and folder, a pocket underneath, and then there's another sort of pocket, and this one is sealed on this side, another pocket here, and then you have a pen loop, and it's just stunning. I absolutely love this folio, and there's like a magnetic, it feels like a magnetic closure. This is so streamlined, it's just so sleek, and it has the MakseLife logo on the back. I might pick up the other one so that I can house all of my notebooks. Each of the folios will also retail for $42 each. The last couple of items that I picked up are also great to add to your existing lineup. For example, if you're someone who has a daily planner but would like a weekly overview, you can have this overview sticky notepad, which includes 60 sheets. It is an A5 size, so perfect complement to any A5 system, and these will retail for $10, and they are sticky. They are sticky, so these work perfect. There's an existing notepad, but on the daily version also with Makse, and this is something that I use actually every weekend because in my current system, I don't have Saturday and Sunday split into 2 separate days, so I like to use this to really break down my weekend days because I do need a little bit more structure than the other system offers me. So I love that. So there's a daily version, and then now it's going to be a weekly version. These will retail for $10 each. MakseLife has come out with a stencil bookmark, so it has a bookmark built in on the top, and then it has all of your little check marks and even a little hexagon and hearts and circles and all of the flags. So I can only imagine all the creativity that all the MakseLife planner lovers are going to come out with the assistance of this stencil. I am so excited for it, and I cannot begin to tell you. So the stencil bookmark will retail for $12. In addition to the stencil, there's one more accessory that's actually on the way, and I cannot wait to share that with you as soon as I have it, and those are the Makse markers. There are 8 life areas of MakseLife, which include this orange for fun and recreation, red for work and learning, purple for family and relationships, blue for health and wellness, this sort of turquoise for spiritual and personal growth, green for financial, and gray for physical environment, and yellow for personal. These colors are coming to you in a marker form. So if you're someone who likes to color code, Makse has thought of everything. They are beautiful labeled markers and highlighters that you can use to really bring your goals to life, and I'm so excited for those. I cannot wait to share them with you. All right, so that is a full walkthrough of all of the items that I picked to share with you. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer as best as I can. Don't forget about those 2 important dates that I share with you on October 18th, doing a live walkthrough with Sierra and all of the different items that are coming, and then on October 20th for launch day. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that it helped you perhaps get closer to a decision or make a decision for your purchases. I so appreciate all of your support. And as always, friends, I will see you in the next video.